Okay, so we were thinking previously about goals and how we go about setting goals, how we go about setting intentions, and really crucially, what value we put on that end goal. So we spoke about creating a vision board or creating a vision of what you want your life to look like, how you want it to be, what I spoke about, like emotionally, spiritually, physically, like materially, like the whole thing, what you want it to look like. We talked about having some I am affirmations, 5, let's say, to write out at the beginning of every day to set your day off in the right intention, and then having anchors, visual anchors around to be triggers for you. So then we need to think about what gets in the way of that. Now, in context to the previous video, I was thinking about a lady who has written to me about wanting a weight goal, a well-being goal. So weight related, but also emotional well-being, physical well-being, and she sabotages by eating cake, eating chocolate, and she's generally feeling in a rut. So that's why I was thinking with her about, or I did the video talking about the goal, what you want the goal to look like, and who benefits. Like, what is the value of you being the way that you want to be? So, like, regardless of whether that means like a size 10, a size 14, or whether that means like you just want to be able to be exercising and being able to run in the park and play with your kids, right? It's what does the benefit, what is the value of that end result? Who benefits from you being that way? How does it make you a better person by being at your end goal? How does it benefit you? How does it benefit your children? How does it benefit your relationship? The whole lot. How does it benefit you? Because once you're really clear on that, it makes it a lot easier to actualize the end result. Okay, so thinking about then self-sabotage. So what is self-sabotage? Self-sabotage usually comes from a place of lacking self-worth. So, and I'm doing all of this within the context of 2020 and kind of really trying to be sympathetic to the fact that 2020 has been a really difficult year, and that there's probably a lot of like sod it going on because, why not? We're all stuck at home anyway. So I'm mindful of that. But what are your triggers? So it's really important to understand when you are reaching out for the cake, chocolate, wine, whatever it is that is standing in your way of reaching your goal. I'm going to keep this related to physical well-being, physical and emotional well-being, because it gets too complicated if I'm going off in lots of different directions. So in this case, physical well-being. So the cake, the chocolates, or the wine, or whatever. When you reach out for that comfort, what is the trigger? There will usually be a common thread. Like, it won't necessarily be like one thing, but it will be one type of thing that comes up that makes you think, bollocks, I'll start again tomorrow. So what is that thing? I have a client who was self-medicating any time that they had a run-in with their father. Really interesting. It took us a few weeks to get there, But we soon came to the conclusion that actually that was an absolute direct trigger. And so, and it was just about the anxiety that that relationship provoked. And she didn't know at the time that that the two were correlated, but actually it was just a few times. It was just like, hang on a minute, I'm seeing a pattern here. Is this? And then it was like a massive like aha moment. So what is the trigger for you? What is it that has you at a point where you're reaching out for the comfort? Is it work? Is it your relationship? Is it your children? Is it your father? Is it like, what is it? What is your trigger? Knowing that will be a really, really, really helpful indicator in being able to reprogram that. Because once we know what your trigger is, we can then go back to reminding you then what the value is. That's why having the affirmations and the anchors and the vision all attached to a value then become really important, because you then have a choice. And I'm not saying like you'll do it all the time, because like we don't get everything right all of the time, and that's okay. Like that is absolutely okay. You just have to feel like you're getting it right most of the time, and then just improve on that as you go on. But once you understand what your trigger is, you are then empowered then to make a choice about whether or not you're going to go this way or this way. And you then have a choice of being able to decide how you want it to be. Because when we feel defeated, when we give in, or when we are, beaten, or however you want to describe your vice, that then kind of sets a snowball effect of then compounding your feelings of, not being good enough, and, not able to achieve it because, I was never good enough as I've always been this way, and that's what they always told me, and that kind of story replays. So understand your trigger, understand where that comes from, really understand like who or what makes you feel like you are not able or worthy to achieve your goal. Have power over that. Remind yourself of your values, and just have your heart really set on the end result and the end goal. And don't beat yourself up when you get it wrong. Like, just don't beat yourself up. It's not worth, but promise yourself that you'll do better tomorrow. Like that you won't fall off the wagon tomorrow. I mean, let's be honest, cake and chocolate. I mean, who doesn't love cake and chocolate? But cake and chocolate need to be a treat, not a crutch. I think I said that in my post, actually. Not a crutch. We don't want to be relying on anything as a crutch. Like whatever it is, we don't want to be relying on anything apart from ourselves and our own well-being. I hope that has answered a few questions. And if it hasn't, drop some comments in the comment box below. And I will happily do another video in response. Okay. All right. Good luck.